Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to tell about a story which is called Whisker Wonders, Wendy's Wacky Panda Day. Enjoy it. Once upon a time, in the heart of a lush bamboo forest, lived a young girl named Wendy. Wendy was an adventurous soul, with a heart as big as the forest itself. She had long dreamed of encountering pandas, those cuddly black and white bears she had seen in books and on TV. One sunny morning, as Wendy skipped through the forest, her eyes widened with amazement. There, nestled among the tall bamboo stalks, were not one, not two, but 3 pandas. They were munching contentedly on bamboo shoots, their fluffy bodies swaying gently in the breeze. Wendy couldn't contain her excitement. "Pandas," she exclaimed, clapping her hands with joy. The pandas, startled by the sudden noise, turned to look at her with their big, round eyes. "Hello there," said Wendy, approaching them cautiously. "I'm Wendy. What are your names?" The pandas regarded her curiously before one of them, a playful young cub with a mischievous glint in its eye, waddled forward. "I'm Pandy," he said, his voice soft and melodious. "And these are my friends, Patch and Polly." "Wonderful to meet you, Pandy, Patch, and Polly," Wendy replied, beaming. "I've always wanted to see pandas up close." The pandas smiled warmly at her, sensing her genuine enthusiasm. "Would you like to join us for some bamboo?" Pandy asked, gesturing toward the pile of shoots beside them. Wendy's stomach rumbled at the mention of food. "I'd love to," she exclaimed, sitting down beside the pandas. Together, they feasted on bamboo shoots, laughing and chatting as they enjoyed each other's company. As they ate, Wendy couldn't help but notice something peculiar about the pandas. Each of them had a whisker that shimmered with a faint magical glow. "What beautiful whiskers you have," she exclaimed, reaching out to touch them. The pandas exchanged knowing glances before Pandy spoke up. "Our whiskers aren't just for show," he explained. "They're magical whiskers, imbued with the power to bring happiness to those around us." Wendy's eyes widened in astonishment. "Really? That's amazing." "Indeed," said Patch, nodding solemnly. "But our whiskers are only truly powerful when we use them to help others." Wendy felt a surge of excitement. "I want to help too. How can I use your whiskers to spread happiness?" The pandas smiled at her eagerness. "It's simple," said Polly. "Just close your eyes and make a wish, then blow gently on one of our whiskers." Wendy followed their instructions, closing her eyes tightly and making a wish with all her heart. Then, she leaned forward and blew gently on Pandy's whisker. Instantly, a warm, glowing light enveloped them, filling the forest with an aura of happiness. Wendy opened her eyes to find herself surrounded by a host of smiling animals, deer, rabbits, birds, and more, all drawn to the magical energy emanating from the panda's whiskers. "It worked!" Wendy exclaimed, her heart brimming with joy. "We've brought happiness to the forest." The pandas nodded, their eyes shining with pride. "Indeed," said Pandy. "But our work is not done yet. There are still many more creatures out there who could use a little happiness in their lives." Determined to spread as much joy as possible, Wendy and the pandas set off into the forest, using their magical whiskers to bring happiness to every corner of the land. And as they journeyed together, their bond grew stronger, their friendship blossoming like the flowers in spring. Little did they know that their wacky panda day would turn into a grand adventure, one filled with laughter, friendship, and the boundless magic of Whisker Wonders. And as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky with hues of pink and gold, Wendy knew in her heart that this was just the beginning of their extraordinary journey. Title: Whisker Wonders, Wendy's Wacky Panda Day, Part 2. As the day wore on, Wendy and her panda friends continued their mission of spreading happiness throughout the forest. They danced with butterflies, sang with songbirds, and even played hide-and-seek with mischievous squirrels, their laughter echoing through the trees. But as the sun began to sink lower in the sky, casting long shadows across the forest floor, Wendy realized that their magical adventure was coming to an end. "I wish we could stay together forever," she sighed, feeling a pang of sadness at the thought of parting ways with her newfound friends. The pandas exchanged knowing glances before Pandy spoke up. "Who says our adventure has to end?" he said, a twinkle in his eye. "Why don't you come and live with us in the forest? We could be a family, spreading happiness wherever we go." Wendy's heart leaped with joy at the suggestion. "I'd love to," she exclaimed, throwing her arms around the pandas in a tight embrace. "I've always dreamed of living in the forest with creatures as wonderful as you." And so, with hearts full of hope and happiness, Wendy and the pandas set off together into the heart of the bamboo forest, where they would live happily ever after, spreading joy to all who crossed their path. From that day forward, Wendy became known as the girl who lived with the pandas, her days filled with adventure, laughter, and the boundless magic of Whisker Wonders. Together, they roamed the forest, exploring every hidden corner and sharing their gifts of happiness with all who needed it most. And though they faced many challenges along the way, from fierce storms to mischievous forest creatures, Wendy and the pandas remained steadfast in their mission, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. But perhaps the greatest adventure of all was the friendship they shared, a friendship forged in the heart of the forest, where dreams came true and Whiskers held the power to change the world. And so, dear reader, if ever you find yourself wandering through a lush bamboo forest, keep an eye out for a girl named Wendy and 3 magical pandas with whiskers that shimmer with a faint, otherworldly glow. For you never know when you might stumble upon a wacky panda day of your own, one filled with wonder, laughter, and the boundless magic of Whisker Wonders.